now he can make this rotate. This wouldn't have been possible otherwise.
130 material. This is enough to just play it out. I mean, when you've
I
got
bet
Day
you
in the
all
back,
these
if he
kids
can
with
try
the
and get another
martial skin
refresh,
are
they could
fucking
keep
bots
pushing
after
this.
game.
They
They
rotated back
just
into
they're not
middle.
even
Casper,
giving
they
even
got
know what's
pretty
going
unlucky
on.
on the rotate, but got very, very lucky
Right?
with Panstow's team
Probably.
focus, and they were just that little bit behind the elevation
Like
with the
they're
hard mat,
leaving.
so no one focused them. They get all the material, and really, really well played by Day and Miro. They kept their
Okay,
composure.
let's
They
go.
didn't panic, showing
You know
why
what?
they have
Trash
won the
talker.
FNCS
Should
in
I
this
stop?
situation before, but now
No.
it's the fire. First it was the Stinks, and now it's the fire. They got split up, but
Pretty
that
nice.
should be enough for a team to maybe focus them
Oh,
like
my
this.
nice.
Miro does have that big mat refresh.
Uh-huh.
They get first rotating zone again, so we
Are you
still
for
have a
real?
competition
Yes.
to top. Where is Commandment Center?
Most of the time you're
I'm a
nice.
nice
Seen them in the
person.
feed. I'm
Most
sure
of the time.
they made this rotate, but are they in a position of power? Do they have their low
What do you
ground?
mean?
Do they have the
Most,
fitness
I
in the
mean,
back pocket to get ahead of this? Because Day and Miro, despite being a duo, looking
Oh, stretch. I forgot about stretch.
they're not winning.
they need a refresh. They're gonna have to find
Mm.
it soon.
Yeah, and you know what? They're just on the next threshold as
Stop
well. There's a very
sliding my
important
ass.
elimination coming soon. There's
What?
there, so be careful. On the other side, though,
You
Stretching
creamed on
Company
me.
already positioned
I'm
themselves
streaming,
up, and now
relax.
making the rotate nice and earlier. They're
Oh,
below
shit.
this surge.
Oh,
Surge is
are
going
you
to be
family
active right now.
friendly?
17
No.
players have to go down, and Stretch and crew are now
Oh,
trying to
okay.
get inside the box. They actually
I'm
need
gonna
these
start, I'm
tags
gonna start.
desperately there, but so do Miro and Day. Miro and Day, we're
Miro and Day
getting
dead.
Is this Casper and Company trying to get a little bit of revenge here? Ozzy, every one of our top teams are lighting things up right now. Stretch finds a couple in the feed, so does Jack. D-Gen's still there too.
Watching,
We have ourselves a competition amongst the best of the best, the
NCS.
top of the top. But hold up, talking about who's on top, it's Chucky, Nosh, and Nut here trying to play for a victory royale. Is this going to be their second one now?
When we see them on top, they come out on top. In their qualifying week, they won 5 of 6 games. And a lot of
Oh, let's do 3 teams. Let's do 3 teams. My teams is okay.
the big teams weren't there. You guys
First team, Commandment. Second team, Degen, Skittles, and Agers. Other,
Okay.
my last, these are my 3 teams. Agers, Skittles, and what's it called? Agers, Skittles, and Degen. Commandment, Edgy, and Scented. And then Jack, Acorn, and Slacks.
Acorn.
Yeah.
Bro, they're winning.
Nah, right now
Dubs, Mega,
you can't choose my teams though.
Miro, Miro's team,
uh,
and
Do you think D's will win though?
so I got Dubs team and Miro.
Day is dead. Why would he do that?
It's a max pull as well. This should be all she wrote for Miro.
Why would Miro do that?
Top 10 as a solo with 2 eliminations is still nothing to overlook.
Miro
He just literally clutched up for his entire team right there just now. But on the bottom,
Oh,
Sense
did
and
you already
Edgy
get
Commandment are
Edgy?
still
Uh-huh.
alive, and they're alive together. D-Gen causing havoc here, though.
Jack, Acorn, and Slacks are still alive. The whole team.
D-Gen's still doing it, and he finally gets
And
caught up
Scented
there.
Commandment.
That's going to be granted a free elimination, but making it tough for everyone else as Edgy goes down, or Commandment goes down. Edgy's lit up right now.
Ooh.
36 HP is up to
YouTube.
him to clutch out right now. And that is just how close the competition is for everyone.
Bro,
here.
Edgy's still alive, but look at his HP.
Nothing to overlook right now for someone like Edgy. Edgy clutched up yesterday. We watched him do something so crazy. Those low ground wins, hitting all the shots.
I see. Mute your mic, or put the volume on the video all the way off.
There's a lot of focus on obviously his teammate Sensen and Commandment, but Edgy, NRG Edgy can do big things when he needs to. He trades with Illis though. He runs into Illis. How many times?
Chunky, who's this?
Low ground looks like Blake gets the
Hey,
shot
who
in there
won
as
the
well.
first game?
Nosh, Nut, and Chucky are back where
I'm not sure.
everything begins. Spire is their drop. It's their starting
can they not
location.
hear
It's
me?
gonna be their ending location. They're gonna get the 6th elimination
stream.
victory.
Chunky just won.
All comes full circle, but it looks like it was Stretch's team in second. We saw them still up there. They are climbing right now. Remember, they're in 6th place, and with the way
Yo,
they're
can they
playing
not
right
hit
now,
my
looks like
stream? They can't
anyone's
hear
gonna be able
me.
to pick up back-to-back or multiple victory outs. It's looking like them, but Nosh's team, massive pop step. When they get that high ground, when they get that zone, they win games. They're playing fantastic.
Wait, are you watching my stream?
Listen, Nosh is back. C9's Nosh putting up
I have
a
2
show right
viewers.
now with Nut and Chucky there in a royale. There's
I
only a
have
couple
viewers.
teams right here, Ozzy, that we're watching play for high ground.
have
And for
viewers.
everyone that's been doubting these teams, that
Talk to
are
them, what the heck?
hype-style players, you're watching these
Dude,
young
no, but they
vets,
can't
or
hear
these
me,
young,
like-
I should say, hungry players coming for the vets next. Of course,
Yo,
Stretch,
can they hear me?
Avery, and Saf there. But again, that's just the beginning.
I don't
Zeke, I
think
want
they
to hear
can.
from you.
Oh, my mic is muted. Yo,
Mike's not muted.
You know I'm all about this
Yo.
game, all right? You know I like
Can
to
you hear
see
me?
new blood.
You don't. You gotta go into your PlayStation settings. You probably don't have broadcasting.
Live for, baby. Absolutely insane game, and I gotta say, for Chucky, Nosh, and Nut having that high ground, we were kind of talking about it in the back.
Vivid. Is Vivid
moment.
cool?
We're
Like,
looking around like,
Dude, they
oh
couldn't
man,
hear
these
me.
White Sox are so good, setting everything up for us. We're like, oh my gosh, Circle 6, they're up there. They're not gonna lose this, are they? You know, like it just goes that way sometimes.
That's my
But how
thumbnail.
you guys feeling Vivid after the first game of day number 2?
Oh, that was
Yo.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Degen at the end there in those last final circles, going to the zip line, breaking all the builds there.
Yo, who's
Just
in the
causing all
stream?
sorts of havoc for the rest of the competition. I believe specifically going right through Scented Edge.
Hot Chip PC, you're so funny.
A lot of damage from that happening. But Scented's trio still ended up.
I mean, what does it look like?
Second with 44 points.
It's like
Josh picked up 42 points there.
Chip. Like, what is this man
Nice
talking about?
leaderboard because that was a fun first game.
Oh, they could hear me.
It was.
Alright.
I was surprised. I mean, we talked about it. Behind the scenes there, lads.
Yo,
But
who's in my
obviously with
stream?
Miro's trio as well, he had the floppers. Just
Chip said, "Bro, no shot. You're watching in game."
Got a little bit.
What does it look like?
We'll see what happens, with the
Yeah.
leaderboard. But I think Niddle
Like
as well
Chip
there. It's
outside?
third game on the trot now, double eliminations, which is
Bro,
huge.
who's in my
Lots
stream,
happening
bro?
already. And
Fuck,
the leaderboard
I
is going to
see
be
someone.
very different. Mark my words,
what's
we see
up?
it very shortly.
We'll get there
It's
in
like-
just a
it's
second
not
because
you,
first
right?
we gotta talk about some
No, it's
trios.
not. I'm watching my own stream because I need to watch my chat.
Holding top 10. Adam, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we're all about celebrating all the trios here. FNCS finals.
I just
What
will
trio
follow
qualified
this, so
third
how-
position and qualifier 1 was Jambo.
Any subscribers?
Holly Hedges is their home. That's where they
No,
draw. They're
there's
actually
no
quite lucky
followers
that
and
the only ones there is
subscribers are a different
uncontested. They have a lot of space around them as well that they can kind of rotate and maneuver pretty easily. Getting out, they got Acorn and Slacks down to Slurpee. They got.
You say you should have graffitied and made the whole screen paintball.
Themselves, they were in the top. They're in the top 10, 5 out of 6 games, which is incredible for them. Tons of eliminations as well under their belt, so that you can see with the third position.
Yeah.
They get him third
Retweet
in
mine.
the third game,
Got you, bro.
12 eliminations. So if they can get to that end game, they certainly can sweep up as well. So
Oh, you're on
I
Twitch.
reckon
Oh.
if these guys, obviously we're learning more about them all the time, can continue their kind of at least ability to get into that top 10 or so. I'm excited to see where they could finish.
I have
up
3
today.
people in my
Obviously, we
chat.
talked all about, marking your legacy and going up
Bro,
against the old veterans as well. But
my
these guys,
viewer left.
they can go the distance. I'm excited to see what they do next.
Yo,
Yeah, and another trio
Yeah.
that was doing very, very well, but
Yo.
we didn't get a chance to talk about much today with Dubs.
Is it, what game is it? I think it's Mega, Dubs, and Rokane have this all in con.
Because Dubs and Mega unfortunately did not make the finals of the last FNCS. It
wait,
was
what are
heartbreaking
you
because
watching?
we know that
Nah, I got-
they
oh, it was
are
a call.
finals-esque
Wait,
players.
like,
So we know that they belong
What are you
in
watching
finals.
right now? I think
Really
this is a
excited
late
to
for
see
you.
them back, and after they won, they
They
finished
like
second,
they're.
and
Oh
after
wait,
that,
what? No,
they
never mind.
appeared
Dude, it's
from
an early
day,
game.
They got 9th place with 3 wins, so 23 points for them. Not the best game ever, but still enough to keep them in the running here. And just really, really excited as we know Mega and Dub have been a duo forever. They have the potential to pop off, and then Rokane, a really solid player there, just solidify how good this trio can be. And I really like the idea that they have Bony Burbs uncontested because they get those slurp tanks uncontested, so they get that free shield.
Let's go, Scented!
We have it.
No, boy, Adam, no.
Both my teams are top. It's first and second.
Do you know what I mean? To be fair,
see.
we don't have top 3 teams there though. That
Wait,
is still
all your- wait, no,
mighty
no,
tight
my
here. We
team
are
is
talking,
third.
what, 10
My other team is ninth. My other team is
I
ninth.
haven't picked my, I
Ultimately,
haven't
around
picked
20
my
points or
team.
so.
I told you. You remember when I said Gabe's right and thought you're gonna put like 7th?
You can see the
Look what they are right now.
scores coming from Commandments 2 yesterday and Degen's squad there as well, coming in with a victory race there as well. But 45 eliminations,
Actually,
3 eliminations, and 46
you know,
eliminations. We're starting
should
to
I?
see
I'm gonna
it.
take.
You know what?
Miro's trio had like a
I
real
got,
lead with eliminations, but as you can see, first and second place have really
I got
stepped
Bucky's
up,
team,
getting into
Macwood.
the 40s as well now. So it's
Where are
much
they
tighter
at?
up there.
I got
All the big
Mac-
boys though,
they're 11.
Commandments really are doing
Shut
super
up.
lovely right now. But even Sav stretching
You know what?
into 4th position as well, Vivid, which is exciting.
I'm gonna do something risky.
And I mean, it's all changing. Everything's
You gonna
changing.
change?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what isn't
Yo,
changed though.
Chip,
Bucky,
yo,
Kanata, and
it's
Mac
Chip
was still in the
watching
11th
this
place
shit.
spot. But it seems
How do you know?
I really want to shout out there is Nido's trio
Guys, he
and
just
first place here. Nido, Casper, and Smack. That
Like
game
the.
one right there,
Oh, isn't Chip
there
like
is
the ops or something?
in a row
Like we don't associate with Chip, right?
of eliminations. Those guys are on an absolute
watching
tear right now. If they
Imagine.
keep
What a
that
fan.
up, keep that statistic up, they will be finding points and they'll be flying up the leaderboard.
Oh, is he
So
watching
excited to see
you?
it.
Yeah, he's watching me.
Oh,
You just gotta pair that right with that Gotta make it to the end game right there. Top 5 double zillion.
I'm trolling, kind
Now,
of.
once again, this is just game number 1. Okay, this is just the feeler. This is testing the water.
Oh, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the other chip. Nah, I am talking about you. I'm joking though.
Party Royale. Man, I love hanging out with you guys so much. It's truly an honor to hang out with you. Make sure you use all your favorite
What
emotes.
is
Throw
my
the
stream
tomatoes, do all the
quality?
things.
My stream quality
Friends,
is
are you
better
ready
than
to
my
jump back
in-game
into
quality.
all of the action? Battle Bus is woke up. Ready to
Bro, what the? Why is my stream looking nice?
standing by. So hang on to
Same,
your
my
seats.
stream looking
We're jumping into
nice.
the next game.
I'm also streaming in 7.
Yeah, they left. My viewers left.
I'm trolling, Chip. Relax.
There you guys have it. The Battle Bus is underway, and once again,
You
here,
called me
we get to
cringe.
tune in with Chucky.
I think what's
Nut,
cringe is
Nut,
that you're
Nut,
fanboying my
Nut,
chat right now.
with their draw spot because they're pulling off those
What's
victory
cringe?
royales like we knew they could. And again,
L
it is
quality?
not
Aren't you
the
just?
only teams here to actually put
How are you gonna say L quality, but you're literally sitting in my Twitch chat right now, my YouTube chat right now?
When it all connects
Isn't
to
he
the
that
whole
one
thing,
tweet
I'm
kid
waiting
that's
for it.
14?
DJ and Aegis Skittles
Oh,
have
God.
their big jump up into second place now. I'm waiting for them to have their big high ground
Let me see. He had no friend.
We know they
I
can
think
do
he's
it.
watching
I
me
mean,
now.
we talked about it a little bit yesterday.
Nah, he's still typing in my
Stretch, you know,
chat.
one of the undisputed
Or he
kings
has
of high
two
ground.
tabs
Even
open.
so far as to try and leak DJ and Aegis Skittles' strategy for getting height on social media, which we talked about.
Oh,
It's a
I
cheeky
think it's
strategy, but
a
if
bot.
anything, it
He
shows
said
me
wanna
respect.
become
It shows a
famous,
little
buy
bit of fear
followers,
of what
prime
DJ and Aegis and
viewers.
Skittles can do. So
I'm
they're in
not gonna
second
buy
place, but
followers.
all it's going to take is for them to have their big game to jump up onto the high ground, get a victory out. And
Nah, bro. If you're gonna say I got 2 viewers, you can leave. I don't really care. I don't.
A 10 elimination win on high ground, which is highly potential.
Why does
Everything
Chip even
changes.
care about us anymore? Like,
Yeah,
what
no
does
doubt
Chip
about
care
it.
about us?
Everything absolutely
We just
changed,
left
and
him because he's
we
annoying.
like to say this. That's how quick things can change for any of these teams. One mistake, one drop of the
Actually, no. I'm gonna look up
shambles, and there goes
Chip's Fortnite checker.
up, and even now, I just called it. Like, this lead is not that big. It's a very small margin, all things considering.
Oh, yo.
We've seen how teams can slip down. Just what happened in the last round for Day Miro and Reverse here. Big credits to Miro, man. I don't think we gave him enough props for the clutch that he pulled off there alongside Day. With Reverse 2K falling so early, it looked like it was all but over.
As he said, Chip said, stop friend requesting him, fanboy.
That could be the difference that at the end, when we do get to see after these end of these
I
12
see,
games,
Chip.
how close, or if not, they take this all home.
He said, stop friend requesting him, fanboy.
A whole different level to each other as well. Like,
No,
this is
I
the
didn't
finals for a
request
reason. Some of the clutches we've seen so far as FNCS.
perfect.
Scope,
Chip,
Soul,
what's your epic?
We've
I want to
seen
look at your Fortnite checker.
grand stage, we've seen Miro clutch up twice as a solo. If you watch EU,
I know
you
it's
saw
epic. He added me.
it's incredible to think that some players can
It's-
manage to
it's
do it
the
against
same
3
one.
other players who've
YouTube
gone through
Chip
weeks
FM.
and weeks of
Like
qualification
YouTube.
to get here.
YouTube,
As it looks like
YouTube,
Coop,
like
Adams, and
everything.
Progenitus, a team
YouTube.
that's been having a rough time.
Hold up, wait.
Space.
Wait, okay.
It's all lower.
YouTube, okay. Hold up. Do it again.
Full YouTube.
Uh-huh.
YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Space.
Uh-huh.
Underscore FM. And it's all lowercase.
Sure.
They struggled more for Surge when they get
Underscore
zone than when they don't get zone
FM.
because no
Go.
one moves past them. They have to be more active to go out and look for the Surge.
Found
rather
it.
than just naturally rotating with other teams and getting it along the way. So
Zero PR.
fight against DeQuentin's team, they're going to potentially lose it this time. They
Let me check. How many random points does he have? Okay, he's champs. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Let's not forget.
Alright, go watch Ron
they've already
stream.
played that card, right? They played the hand. Take early to
why
take
is
that
this
instant
still,
fight.
like, on
The
the stream?
whether or
Chip, you
not
don't have more PR than me. You literally have 0.
strategy is going to be the real question here.
Look at it. Look at your West
Quickly,
PR.
the
Okay.
only team with 20 plus points in every game
on
so
West.
far. I would argue that means they've been the most consistent this weekend.
That is incredible.
You
That
see
is an
that- you see
actually
that
incredible
fish in the middle
statistic.
of
So
the
they're on
screen?
225 points right now. So yeah, they haven't had.
It's still saying you have 0 PR.
Game
So
is
they've had
this?
1 win so far.
Okay.
Second, right?
But they've
Mhm.
got so many consistent placements.
who are you
6,
spectating right
10th,
now? Like,
9th,
who are you
5th,
watching?
13th being their worst, 1st and 7th. That is really
Coop.
consistent, and that is going to be very, very scary
Coop.
for teams
Yeah,
like
yeah, same,
Clemson and
same.
Edgy
So
that
it's
have
a
had their
delay
games
in
that are a
it.
little bit higher, but they've had their 18th places as well. So far, no matter where zones go, DJ and Aegis Skittles have had a game plan, and when you're thinking about 5 more games to go, it's interesting.
No, definitely. And again, they can. That means that they've already pulled the victory royale, so they've shown us, hey, listen, they can take these wins here. That was the end of yesterday.
You have you have 80 PR on West.
They've rotated themselves into another
Alright, I'm gonna
battle
click.
right now.
Okay,
Look at
YouTube
how
2
they're
underscore
coming around.
FN.
That means someone is on
Events.
their heels quickly, too.
Yo, someone's
See who it's
watching.
gonna end up being as
West.
not there. Big exchanges. Those attack attacks were good.
Says nothing still. Refresh.
And crew here who come right up from the
Still
top,
says
looking
nothing.
probably- They are connecting with everything that they need, and the Stinkerfish here just flushing out Adams and caught Genesis here. There's nowhere you can hide. It's literally gonna force them out. No builds for Adams. He's all but out in the open here to take the gun exchange, and it's not gonna be any good here as they get the quick cleanup there. That's 6 points. That's a nice 6-point swing. Remember, still for these teams here, finishing higher and higher on the standings does unlock you a little bit more prizing here.
Your average placement is 3,000.
Cooper players specifically who really
Okay, and you played 2 events.
solos. He won DreamHack solos and FNCS solos back to back, which is
9 events. Okay, and your overall.
caught a lot of people's attention.
Let's see. Okay, 3 PR off of that. 1 PR off of that.
To try to make a name for himself.
20 elims only. Okay.
Right now, I don't really think it's too much.
Hype Cup 40 elims. 3,000. 9,000 in Hype Night. Okay. Cypher PK Cup. Okay. Daily trios. Okay. More terrible placements. Pretty nice.
Commandment Centered Edgy, if they get their Storm Surge, this is where all the brutal zones are. This is where, as Sundown always says, Old Man Mountain will take his toll.
This kid's name is Chip Awesome.
Which I don't think, I mean, maybe correct me, Monster, we haven't really seen that so far this weekend. We've seen some war
I
zones,
think.
we've seen some elevation zones,
This
but we
ship,
haven't seen a
this ship, I mean,
when everything just hits the fan and it's really just reactive Fortnite. You can prepare for it, you can practice for it, but it is another kind of evil when you get stuck on the bottom and it goes up.
Yeah, we haven't seen any crazy zones like that. For Straw Hat, Charlie, Goku, and Spegu,
Fine,
they're
that's good.
15th place right now
Oh,
as well.
this
So
guy is watching.
they're by no means out of this competition. The top 5 is very much in striking distance, and with the 6 eliminations, or the 3 eliminations here in the 6-point swing, that's really good for them right now as far as where they sit here in the tournament. So good start for them so far. They pull zone now that they have their tags. This is the question though: how are going to respond to this zone? They've already done what we knew that they would have to do. Move quick, move early, try to strike fast on teams rotating, but Aussie, we knew there wouldn't be many teams rotating.
I know.
That's why they're sitting here now, out in the open with these mega wide stands.
Alright.
So is Felix, Pose, and Sparebow on the other side of the mountain. So both teams thinking the same exact strategy here.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit scared here, Monster. This is
Me too.
We'll have to see. This is not the position you want to see them in. Yes, they look healthy material-wise, but you can see from the loadout, Edgy didn't even spend the time to farm up the mechanical parts to upgrade his makeshift shotgun. He just knew he needed to get somewhere and get some surge. This team right now might not look at you at home if you don't get involved in competitive Fortnite a lot. They are desperate. This is what desperation looks like right now. But they've done it before. They could do it here, but this is probably the worst situation we've seen them in. And a lot of teams know that these mountains and these hills is where everyone sets up. They're going to try and wide rotate around it if they can. They're going to use vehicles, as you saw then, which is very hard to get tags on.
Very interesting.
93 players alive. NA East is proving to be by far the most stacked region across the board this weekend, and that's going to make Surge that much more difficult. They have the meds. They can maybe out-heal it.
But what, you don't have fruit. I literally just looked at your Fortnite check. You don't. It says you haven't played in any events.
No one's rotating past.
Send me proof on Discord
Gotta find something. Let's look somewhere else. We haven't
of your
seen
PR.
take that straight 3v3 fight like we've seen from Damir in reverse. Edgy and Commandment take it. They have a good chance of winning it, but it's that uncertainty that we haven't seen. We get that beautiful map shot. Thank you, Ops team. As you can see, there is next to no one out here. That was a great call to leave. There is actually no one on this edge.
I did not block you on Discord.
Now, those
What?
3 little orangey kind of colored tags you're seeing there, there's some teams in Lazy Lake, but all the teams are on the northwest sections. They need to make it somewhere else, and this zone is going east to
YouTube.
the south. So if they can manage to get their tags now, they'll be okay. But once this breaks down into a mountain end game, they're not looking great.
Let me just text you on.
No, not at all, but this vehicle
Yeah,
will
you know, you
get
blocked
attention.
me.
So now it's going to come down to the marksmanship of Edgy and Scented, or Edgy and Commandment here, who are both equally deadly with the rifles here, and they're going for those out in the open exchanges here with any team that they physically.
You have to unblock me. You blocked
So
me.
this might look like a big risky play, but it's actually could work.
Yeah,
in
on
their favor,
Discord.
But there's a fight nearby. Yes.
I just
this is
texted you and it
really
said
good
you
for them. If they
you
can
have me
pull it
blocked.
out and look inwards to find some tags here. For Tragic Scope and Cisto, seems like they're getting active as well. They're still on top of DeQuentin's crew down low. This is over by the Flush Factory. This is where this fight has been breaking out round after round. This time around, though, at least they're on the successful side. They're on the winning side of the battle.
They're on the winning side of the battle, and there could be, we got a cheeky little teaser that we kind of figured out this morning, Monster, which it looks like, I believe Caesar's team is poised for. They are, and they've already done it. There is actually some challenges down here right now that a few teams have managed to do the research to figure out. If you go down to the that little island at the bottom there and you're wearing a Lara Croft skin, you get gifted a free Rift to go and a legendary assault rifle, and that's what Caesar's team has done. And with the end game finishing over near there, other teams can now utilize that for their own Rift as well. So it's going to be a very exciting end game, but it's going to be about it. Which team has done that? Which team clearly has. We saw today on EU that Queasy's team also did their homework. Hasn't been as quick on the draw though, so I'm excited to see how that kind of affects this end game, because it's something that me as a professional analyst and I didn't find out about until yesterday.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We always tease about how these pro
I think Chip should unblock me on Discord. I'm trying to tell him to send me proof of his
and honestly, they never cease to amaze us. I mean, we
ADPR.
saw it last with the Big Chill, or just ever so much ago. We are constantly seeing different strategies, whether it's how to get max gold really quickly or how to upgrade all of your loot really, really fast. It all always comes down to who has done that preparation. And for Cease and Company, it seems like they're the team on NA that has been ahead.
For as well, always trying to find the strategies. Like I said, that team has been putting in so many hours with the coaches, with the VODs, improving scope, just jumping up massively back to his previous form of just incredible mechanical prowess. Scope has never been a bad player by any means, but he's a player that at one point was, I would say, unarguably one of the best fraggers in the world, and he's jumping back up to that rise to prominence in it. It's through preparation. I hope they can do something big here on day 2, because day 1 was a little bit cold, sadly. Similarly for our elite trio here as well, Zlem, Crunchy, and I believe Elite Naruto will be Narwhal. They've managed to have a really, really good qualifying week, and I want to see what they can do here today. But where did Centered Edgy Commandment go? Have they found their surge? Are they okay here? I mean, even Reverse 2K Day and Miro, nice shot from Zlem, are going to have to rotate their way in as well, and there they are. Reverse 2K Day and Miro right next to Aegis, Degen, and Skittles. That is 2nd and 3rd place, pulled up on top of each other at the home base of 1st place. But for some reason, Center's team's not here. They clearly had a different strategy for their surge, and I'm guessing they rotated far in that vehicle. And again, to me, Monster, that screams desperation. I don't think they have
my Discord. I'm about to type it in chat.
When we last saw them, they were rotating right through, and it seems like they do not want to be on this outer.
Wait, why am I on this account? I'm on the wrong account.
High ground style tags, right, for rotating team tags.
Go ahead.
And again, that comes with its own pros and cons.
I'm on the wrong YouTube account. But that's my Discord name.
Reverse is gonna fall there. That's a knock coming out of Boyle.
Reverse is dead.
Is gonna get the finish, and now Day is also down. We might just be watching the story change here. Another pivotal.
But why every time I watch them, they let one player is always alive. They always, 2 of them always die.
They have already slipped out of 2nd place into 3rd, and now they're pinched between the team
Miro,
which is Degen, Aegis, and Skittles.
I have no clue.
In the middle is Miro.
And you were just seeing Fortnite purest form, a 12-game format where not only these players need to adapt and impose strategies, so do the teams around them. Miro, Day, and Reverse came in with a flawless strategy that worked for the first 4 games.
That's what I'm saying.
Until the teams around them started to clue onto what they were doing, and they started avoiding them. Now look at what it's causing them. They have had pretty much, I would say, if they go down here, 3 of their worst 4 games are their last 3 of 4. So they've only had 1 good game in the last 4. They're starting to slip off the pace, and they need to be adaptive.
What is this
they need
man
to figure
saying?
out something else. They need to change the strategy. I believe Miro, Day, and Reverse can do it, but whatever they're doing right now, it isn't working, as Miro is yet again, for the 3rd time this weekend, having a solo clutch with Storm Surge at his back.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We talked about how teams can adapt and change their strategy. For Miro, Day, and Reverse 2K, their strategy was literally beeline the teams that are nearby, smash them out of the lobby, and then continue to earn your points and make those endgames. For those teams, if they adjusted their strats and they're avoiding their warpath now, maybe that's why we're seeing them have such a tough time. It's not because they're playing any worse.
Yeah, Skittles are gonna be good.
Right, and fixing up their mistakes. And now all of a sudden, this 2-day format is coming back to really punish them them here.
Acorn's
But
team
let's
is
see it
gonna
though for
place
Skittles,
high. I
Agers,
just know.
and Degen here, who are already on the rotate right now. It seems like they're doing A-OK for themselves. The threshold's going to go on and pause there for a second. So now they're going to be safe, but look at how much material invested it's going to take for them to get to new zone. On the mini-map, I still see Miro up for live, so he's going to be able to recycle all of this hard material that Skittles, Agers, and Degen are putting out there, which means that, hey, at least he can get one step closer to earning some placement points here, because he's not too far from striking it.
They need to get as much as they can. We heard it just before. Degen, Agers, Skittles have been so consistent, getting at least 20 or more points. Put it on our big brain analysts as well. I want Vivid, Adam, if they can maybe, not for next game if it's too short notice, but for one of the games, I want to see how these guys get their Storm Surge, because it does not matter where zone goes. It does not matter what happens around them. This team is uncontested Orchard and triple houses. That is a wide split at the very edge of the map, and they are still pulling out some of the most consistent games we have ever seen. So they are clearly doing something very, very right, and I would love to highlight that, as they are yet again in another end game in a great position where other teams have done
She might buy you a lot of these.
that consistency a little bit. Sense and Edgy Commandment. Do they have
Wait,
this
can you
storm?
get banned on
Because
Twitch if you don't have any viewers and you say that in the word?
What the? Why are you thinking of? Why are you thinking of doing that? And probably.
Oh, Miro died.
What is Miro doing?
I'm not paying you $10.
What is he doing? Why would he build it? Oh, he only had wood. They're still third.
All because he was in wood builds, but that's what happens when you start to
forgot-
run
I
out of
forgot
loot.
they
And
still
now
call it
our
loot.
third place team, guys, is down and out.
Call what
For
loot?
Commandment, Edgy, and Scented, though, what
The
kind of position have
commentators?
they managed to find themselves in? Did they get all the surge they
But
needed?
what-
Maybe.
Matt's
They're still up
materials.
alive, but they
Oh yeah, you
but
called
was
that.
very much reminiscent of yesterday's start. They were off to
I'm gonna have to go to Urban Air in a little bit. I'm gonna go get some food to go to Urban Air at 5:30.
So I'm just gonna be alone.
Yeah.
So no one.
I'm gonna hold my. I'm gonna keep my stream on.
Now though, they have focus on two Agers.
You think I won't?
Skittles down there. Little do they know,
Yeah,
that is
I'll just
their
dip.
biggest competition right there. I bet you if they could see those nameplates, it would be
Then
all
put it
out
in the chat
pressure
that
here.
you
They
did.
would not stop firing at that trio. But of course, they just have to play it by the wing, right? Play it like it's any other trio. Stay alive here.
And also, it's gonna be an interesting one as well. If we see Degen, Agers, Skittles potentially poised to play that high ground, they've been playing consistent, they've been doing the mid ground. We haven't got a chance to see whether Commandment, Sense, and Edgy can overthrow Degen, Agers, Skittles on the high ground. They managed to do it yesterday against Stretch, Sap, and Avery, which have been arguably the high ground kings this weekend. So we haven't got to see them go toe to toe. And wait, I don't know. Degen, Agers,
Wait, where are you gonna go?
I just said I'm gonna go to this place called LA Crawfish. Then I'm gonna go to Urban Air
when?
at 5:30.
Oh, then almost.
Situation the fastest, because the preparations there, Ben wants to be talking about it though. Not as much practice seen in NA East recently. Those big bad zones are the ones that pretty much just come down to just sheer mechanics and just how
Back on my boogie. Oh, feel like hey boogie. Feel like hey boogie.
Yeah, for sure. And take a look at the wide shot here. Acorn, Jack, and Slack still up in this game as well. This is one of those next runner-ups. Let's not forget, you're looking at your current FNCS champions who are currently now below the Storm Surge threshold. So 11 players have to go down. That means the pressure is now bigger than ever for this team here. That's a huge shot right there, though. The headshot from the infantry rifle might just be the saving grace here. So we could have just watched Acorn potentially clutch up the situation for his team. As this quick stat here says, since Chapter 2 Season 2, Acorn and Jack have the best average placement of any team going into their 7th zone together. They are a team that are known for being a prominent and dominant duo. And, you know, it's because they can stay alive here.
That's the thing though, they're gonna need more damage than that. That was a big infantry rifle tag.
Oh, my mic was muted.
And this is not 7th zone, this is 5th. And Acorn right now, again, when you're talking about desperation with the Storm Surge, the nerves kick in, and when your aim needs to be as precise as possible, as Scented said, sometimes you can't help but be a little bit shaky because everything's on the line. I need to hit this tag or my whole team goes down. How many other esports and titles is that the situation? Storm Surge, it just creates just tumultuous situations. You need to get the damage when everything is on the line and everything's against you. As Center Commandment, Edgy have everything against them. I don't know what's happened here, but they are looking far weaker than when we last tuned into them. Do they have commands? Do they have a way back into this?
Center's down.
Center goes down.
Centered down.
We are potentially going to be going into this endgame
Your
with
team is gonna die.
out of this.
Like your team's not dead.
The reroll card.
You never know, bro.
I don't know. We have
Oh yeah, it could pull a
on
Misty,
Commandment here,
right?
Monster. Commandment is an absolute beast, but
It
how
could
much can you do
pull
with this
to
loadout with
like the
everything
Regal
against you?
then.
Yeah, and he still has to stay alive for 2 more teams to go down here in order to earn the next series of placement points here. Not a single elimination, guys. That means they haven't earned any points other than that first threshold of point earnings. If they go down early, if Commandment does not
Commandment
clutch
needs
up
to,
like
like,
he
he
always
needs to-
finds himself able to do, they are going to be
Are you
neck
hearing
and
what
neck
they're saying?
with
Like,
Reverse
he
2K,
needs
Miro,
to-
and Dave.
Why didn't he just pop the medkit?
Unearned points in this video, in this game here. This
Why didn't he just pop the medkit?
Ages and Skittles can jump up and jump far
These are
ahead. They
solo,
have
bro.
been the most average 20 points a game is nothing to overlook. But look at this once again. Avery, Sap, and Stress poising themselves up, setting themselves up for high ground, and they are looking up and over at Cease Tragic and Scope. They're saying, hey, you want to come up here? You're going to have to do more. Slash, Acorn, and Jack are moving towards them, which means that it seems like they have surely pulled high ground. And that was a ridiculous shot right there from Stretch onto Scope, puts him down, and all of a sudden now,
Who
it's
won
their height.
console FNCS?
It's their
I don't know.
Interesting for Stretch, though. He has no real spray weapon, so he's set up on the backside trying to hold this team off. But if they started ramping, he has no assault rifle, he has no SMG to spray it down. He only has the infantry rifle that shoots in single fire. But when you've got aim like Stretch, maybe that's enough. I mean, he's got the bow as well.
I see. Do you think Chips is a fan?
Incredibly big for the storylines here. Sap, Stretch, and Avery.
Is he on the stream right now?
197
Look, he's typed. Let me see how many times he's typed in my chat.
second place. So this is looking like either a win or a second.
He's typed. Let me see. He's typed 50.
Me and
Oh my god. Oh my god, you're so weird, I see. What kind of question is that?
someone's watching and they say the N-word or they ban you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Say it.
No.
I wanna get banned on Twitch. I'm just kidding. Please don't say it.
But that could be enough to keep pushing them forward because there's a few teams very much on their heels, and it looks like the FNCS champs are trying to have a big jump up.
Acorn stack.
Nah.
Did you already pick Acorn?
Yes.
All up to now, whether or not they can find a couple more tags because they're getting eaten alive here by the Surge. And these next players
Surge.
do not want to go down. Finally, someone does okay. It is
No,
okay for them. They are alive for a little
They,
bit longer,
one person
but
need to
this
die
is
for
Sap,
Surge
Stretch, and Avery's time
to
now
earn.
jump up. This is the time for Acorn and Slack to
This is my
also
team right here.
jump up. They have to take full advantage of this situation. Ager's down low though, clutching by himself, finds 2 inside the storm line. Give this
Aegis
man
is so
a
good.
He's
Let's
not
go.
out of the
Watch him, watch him, watch him.
competition. Not just yet.
Oh,
And there's
yes.
another solo.
How'd he miss twice?
They need a follow-up from the
Oh!
Aegis
He
because
won.
the
He
Puff
killed
is
him.
doing
He
the
killed
work for him.
Dubs.
And they're
Ah, your team is trash!
big
Shut
knock here
up.
for Agers.
Ooh, that's only one fish. He's dead. What does he do? Why is he
Oh
looting?
my god. Oh.
He's alive.
Oh my gosh, Ages, nerves of steel.
Bro.
He stays
No, it's
Wait. This guy's
they need to win
This
FNCS.
guy's different. Skittles, no, for real. Like, why do you pick the best team?
Cause I know to a good team. These kids are always in these kids are always in my He killed Goku.
Are you gonna? Is he gonna do it again?
No.
I mean, I've seen Stretch do good. The trio, Avery.
Yeah, but just don't place.
Oh yes, nice. No, they won the game for sure. They won the game. Stretch wins the game. You know, can I swap? Wait, I haven't picked my third, right? My third team. No, can I swap my Bucky's team with Stretch team?
Go for it.
Alright, I'm getting Stretch.
Yeah, definitely.
So
And
my
Stretch
team
is
is
still
Dubs,
putting down that fire
Bucky,
here
no,
with
my
the
team is
infantry
Stretch,
rifle, but the Stingbow
Dubs,
is the literal.
and
It's
Dave's team.
so good in this end game here. It is chipping away that HP lead. Every single 5 tick they get, they are
I mean,
one
if
step
none
close
of-
to not
if none
winning.
of our
Stretch
teams
and
win
Avery here.
FNCS,
They're
it's
here to
whoever's
seal the
the
deal.
closest
This
to
time
first,
around,
okay?
they're coming
Alright.
down as a full trio.
I know one of our teams. One of our teams are definitely winning. Cause I have Commandment and they're first right now.
They win this one out smooth, easy. And this Stingbow is literally the win factor. There's one
They
pump.
won. I
Can they
told
get
you
the
it's
second?
Stretch
Of
wins the
course
game.
they
Let's go.
can.
Let's
And
see
it's a
what Stretch is
clean,
now.
clean
Let's go,
wrap up
Stretch.
for them. 3 elims, 1 team wipe, but it's all that they needed to secure the dub.
Yeah, it was only 3 eliminations, but at the same time, we saw the big teams go down early. So, did Commandment Solo Clutch get them enough? Because those points cannot be understated. Got an elimination, and I would have to say at least maybe 7, 8, 9 placement points in there. So, kind of keeping them up. DJ again, a massive solo run.
Oh, I know that guy.
Day and Miro, they're falling off the pace. Their last few games have definitely been different to their start yesterday. They've got to try a new strategy, but that scares me for the other teams.
Imagine if you're a
Can they keep
commentator
avoiding
and
them?
then you
Because
mess
I know
up,
Reverse
like
2K
you mess
Day
up
and
your
Miro are going to leave
commentates,
nothing out there. We're going to throw it to Zeke and the
you
boys
say
to death
something
because
bad
these
or
last few games
Somebody says the N-word.
Thank you guys so much. Crushing it over there
I
on
was
the
about to say
breakdown.
with the
Now,
D,
I
but,
gotta
like,
say,
I'm not
coming
trying to
into
get
this
mad.
game, okay, they were 40 points behind. The victory route in itself is worth 10, and they did pick up 3 eliminations, which is only 6 points. They did not pull ahead, boys, but this is that shoop that Sundown likes to talk a lot about. It takes a single game to suddenly put your
They're
trio.
missing. They're at.
This game, they might have just done that.
Let me see first.
Yeah, Stretch.
Can I see
Sad
leaderboard?
victory there. Huge victory out, and there was not a lot of those top of the leaderboard teams there in that endgame to contest for like second or third place. So I would not be surprised if they are in second or third place after that game, because that was a huge one.
Yeah, it really was. And I think what's great as well is that we're there behind the scenes as well, and we see that there's like a great aerial shot of them ascending a tower, going high again, and we're all going, they're doing it again, because we know how these guys love to play. They love to get as high as they can and dominate the rest of the scene here. And lo and behold, here we have some great opportunities to showcase just how good these
No,
guys are.
we're DMing on Discord.
And here we are. It's all ready to rock and roll. They got the victory royale, but Lazy Lake is where they
Who are arguing right now?
to land. They love to kind of get as much loot as possible. It's full of loot there as well. Great for rotations, but these guys, they've been around the block for so
I think you haven't blocked or he blocked us.
Obviously, Avery joining the mix this season after Zake's departure, but think about last year they came in, I think it was
Such a crybaby.
FNCS. Avery came in 7th with his team with Illist and Creo, so their season, they know exactly what they're doing, and I think what's
I got clicks winning.
using this opportunity as a trio, they've developed, they've worked
together.
I know.
their skill level, their
Oh!
ability
like
as a trio, whether
quick.
it be high ground or driving their way through a
Avery just
plethora
killed
of
Dave.
That's good for you though. That's good for you.
Yeah, having Stretch on this trio.
That's good for you. You picked them.
Honestly, one of the
I know, but I
most
stretched.
mechanical
Stretch.
IGL
No, I didn't pick Avery.
players
Like, who's with Avery?
probably ever
Stretch,
that we've
right?
ever seen.
He blocked me.
Oh, bro. So, both of my teams kill each other. Bruh.
He's the brain.
Oh!
Now he knows all of that.
What if you're playing FCS Switch and you literally have the Fortnite stream popped up on your second monitor? Couldn't you like stream snipe people?
Look at this. He's just going sideways and placing so quickly. He is so.
I mean,
He has the brain. He is
Illegal? What?
they got,
Blake?
It really is such a great play to watch, and
were they reviewing the first game?
AJ Skittles are first!
in 4th position.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Skittles is first.
Yeah.
Bro, Stretch is third. Stretch is third. I'm chilling.
I'm changing my Acorn. I'm changing off Acorn.
Eliminations, 1 victory royale,
Are you sure?
156, placement points.
Yeah, let's do. I'm gonna do.
64,
Jam.
standing leaders there within the last game.
What do you want to trade?
Got the victory royale, as Zeke mentioned there as well, at 233. It is getting so tight here, Vivid. I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Yes, Savage,
Remember, I
Stretch,
have
and
dogs.
Avery are-
Chip said you sound you sound dumb, and Altal said he sounds crazy.
they have placed, and they
Yo, you sound gay. On God.
show that they have been just as
No, Chip.
But with that bad
Wait,
game
wait,
there
who
for
sounds
Command
crazy?
Energy, we're
He
starting
said
to see that
Altals.
shift, because when you look at the stats here, they
Altals. I mean, Chip, are you a little pressed that we're not your friends anymore?
presented Edge in Command
Are you a little sad?
Dogs.
He's onto the placement and the
You
victory
still have dubs?
Team.
They really are. I mean, 20th place, it hasn't really changed too much. I think we focused on Illist Trio, where as well mentioned them a second ago. 15th position now, 19
You have
points and 20 eliminations.
what's his name?
33 eliminations. Mac was
Team
Oh, Day.
Day. Would you trade Day?
position dropped down one.
I'll trade Day for Acorn. For Acorn.
which is at 11 position.
For Aegis. I'm joking.
We've got
Good
obviously
job.
13th,
Oh,
Dusky,
where's Acorn?
Spade, and John. These guys at 150, they're definitely in
Bro,
contention for breaking into that top 10. Really simply, it
Who's
all
doing
comes down to
that?
having a great game coming there where there's 4 left to play.
He's
And
just
boys,
griefing.
it's going to get better and better.
Hold
I can
up.
just feel it. I can feel it's getting better and better.
I mean, we just saw what one game can do, right? We have 4 of us. A single performance like that from any of these trios could either pull them way out in front of everybody else,
I'm
or
not
pull
trading,
someone
bro.
from the back
But like
who's trying to
Acorn
climb
is
to even just
super
top
good
10.
too.
Suddenly give them a platform, right? A moment to say, look, we can make top
And
5
also-
for this.
Per day? Nah,
I can't get ahead of
I'm not
myself,
trading
alright?
per day.
You know how I like to get crazy. You know how
King just won FNCS in Brazil.
right now,
On Brazil?
Mhm.
King?
He had
Let's go with this. We all knew that.
he had 334 points.
You know what's
Who
happening
was
is
this
we're back
trio?
and forth with Battle Bus. Aussie
I don't know.
and Face.
It's a bunch of Brazilian people.
No, for real. What's their names? I think I
Just
don't
when
know.
you thought it was all safe and sound,
Oh,
all
no.
of a sudden Stretch, Sap, and Avery turn that story and flip it on its head. They
Oh,
are
that's
now
Sap.
of top 3,
Oh.
arguably one of the
Wait,
most
Sap is
rooted
with
4
Avery?
teams
Oh my
here
God,
to
yes.
take this
Stretch is
all
winning,
home.
for
And it's
sure.
because of
Not
their
winning, he's gonna
out there,
place good, though.
innovation in the space, but
Nah,
man,
he's
Aussie,
winning.
if
Agers
they
is
lose
winning.
this coming into
Mine is
today, we have
stacked.
a
I have
here.
Stretch
And for
team.
Commandment Sense and Edgy
Oh, never
to
mind,
give
Dust
away
team.
their lead, I
No,
wouldn't
Dust
have
team is
believed
good.
you.
Yeah, he is very.
I have Gabe Spite and Tahi instead of
But man, Deej and Age of Skittles. That
Yeah,
statistic,
Tahi
we
instead
cannot
of who?
overhype that enough. They have
Wait, let me check leaderboard. Hold up, wait. I think I have
Who's the Skittles again?
8 games.
Gabe Sprite.
Dude, it's
Oh,
'cause-
Skittles.
No, it's because
Agers.
Points for elimination, but again, I always
yeah,
lack in this.
you
If you're a
have the
Fortnite player
like
at home
two
and I hope
favorite
you
teams. You
try
have
to use
I have Jamfer. I have Jamfer.
Ash Cup on any level, try
Instead
in
of
Fortnite to reach
Acorn.
and then imagine
Acorn?
doing it against the 32
Actually, no, not Jamfer. I mean Gabe Sprite and Tahi. Jamfer. I got Jamfer.
Bro, it's cause like I know it's cause like I know that Dubs hasn't been doing good in Mega, but like I just have a feeling if I let him go, I'm gonna get finesse.
They never fleece.
For real. They're in 6 right now. They're in 6. So I'm gonna get finesse.
a single elimination the difference, but we zones if they start pulling a little bit further away, if it gives them a chance to rotate out.
They're like third or something like that. Who's griefing us?
Yeah, definitely. Anyone can still bounce
Whoa.
back here. Anyone can still continue to pop off. And
Yo,
you called
what's
it
up?
perfectly.
Look at
When
this
the
thing.
zone went south, we knew all of a sudden,
This is so
man, this is
annoying.
gonna be a tough for them. This is like
Oh,
this is
God.
either kryptonite. Is the way the zone plays out. Usually a team is stoked to have the zone land on top of them. Not a team like Senta, Command, and Edgy. Their play style is just not really built for it. Their strategy.
Oh, our team's about to fight.